The learning Zidli Nishmas Etta Ahuva Maseches Bava Basra Perek Hey Mishna Daled. Hakoine shtei ilanos b'seich stei chaveira. If someone buys two trees, hareza loy kana karka, remeir oimer kana karka. It's a machlekes whether he's koine the karka. And the Sefer of the Mishnah is going to say if he buys three trees, then he is koine the karka. The machlekes chamer remeir is also legabe bikurim. If someone buys two trees, does he own the ground in order for him to bring bikurim? The Mishnah continues, according to the Tanakama, that you're not koine the karka. It comes out three halachas. Higdilo lo yishva, if the tree overgrows, then the Baal HaKarka is not allowed to trim it because he did not give any karka to the Baal HaIlan. He's mishabed the karka towards the Baal HaIlan, that the Baal HaIlan has a right to grow his tree there, and I can't cut it. We'll see in the Sefer will be not like that. Since the Baal HaIlan is not getting any karka, so any growth that comes out of the roots remains by the Baal HaKarka. Only that comes out of the geza belongs to the Baal HaIlan, which the Gemara says, by the way, that the Baal HaIlan can't keep it there. He would actually have to cut it because we're afraid of Xera, that if he keeps these trees growing out of the geza, eventually it's going to look like three big trees came out and he's going to claim the right of the karka, which he doesn't have a right to. And the third nafkamina is, since the Baal HaIlan does not koine any karka, therefore in Mesu, if the tree dies, ein lo karka, he does not get any karka. However, kana shloisha, if you buy three trees, kana karka, then you are koine karka. How much karka? So the Gemara explains that you get the karka between the trees and underneath them, and enough around that the person that's picking the fruits from the tree could stand there with his basket. The Gemara also says that if it's less than 4 amos, then since they're so close together, you don't get any karka in between. And if it's more than a certain amount, then you're also not going to get anything, because then the two trees don't relate to each other. There's three shittas in the Gemara. One sheet that is that the minimum share is it's between 4 and 8. The second sheet is between 8 and 16 amos. And Lamaisa Halacha, Rava says it's between 4 and 16 amos. So less than 4 or more than 16, you're not going to be kind of the karka in between. The Gemara also says that these trees are standing like a triangle, or stand like a chatzuva, like a triangle, and then you're kind of the karka in between. But if it's like kishura, it's a machlekes, if they're one after the other in a single file, whether you're kind of the karka in between. So therefore, back to the Mishnah, when you're kind of shloisha, since you buy three trees, you are kind of the karka. So therefore, these three halachas would not apply. Higdilu, if the trees grow big, now yishva, the Baal HaKarka, could trim it because whatever karka you needed, I sold to you. Now that it's growing more than that, I'm allowed to cut it. Secondly, any growth that come out belong to the Baal HaIlan, because he's kind of the karka. And if the tree dies, yesh le karka, then the Baal HaIlan has a right to the karka. Mishnah Hey, hamoich harosh behema gasa loimacher es haragalim, macher es haraglayim, loimacher es harosh. By a behema gasa, if you buy the head, you're not kind of the feet, and the opposite as well. Same thing, macher es hakana. If you buy the Rashbam explains the kana is the lungs. Taisa says that it's the lungs and the heart. So if you buy that, macher es hakaved, you're not kind of the liver, and the opposite also, macher es hakaved, macher es hakana, because the Taisyanta brings from the Mugay Yosef that when you're buying a behema gasa, since it's a large animal, each aver is considered chashav b'fnei atzmai, and therefore when you buy the head, let's say all you're buying is the head and not the reglayim, as opposed to behema daka, that it's smaller. So if you're buying one part of it, mistama, you're buying the rest of it. The Sefer of the Mishnah says, avol bedaka, by behema daka, then macher es harosh, macher es reglayim. If you buy the more chashav thing, which is the head, then with that it includes the feet. However, macher es reglayim, le macher es harosh. If you buy the feet, it doesn't include the head. And over here also by behema daka, if you're macher es hakana, if you buy the lungs and the heart, macher es hakaved, then that includes the liver, macher es hakaved. But if he sold the liver, lo macher es hakana, then it does not include the lungs. The Rashbam over here brings from a Tosefta, we spoke this out in the beginning of the 4th parak, that everything is talking about where there's no minig. But in a place where there's a minig yedua, then you go after the minig. And the Tosefta over here speaks out that it's not negeya only this Mishnah, it's negeya the entire parak.